Hello everyone! We are back! We are back! We are back! We are back! They've changed everything. The bars and the den writing is now all white instead of yellow. Personally, I like the change. And the players are coming out of the tunnel. Here they come. Watford in their home strip. Millwall obviously in theirs. You can see the lineups there. Ignore it. Mazu Sakho will be playing in a double pivot. It looks to be a 4-2-3-1. Mazu Sakho, Luongo the double pivot. Leonard, Kramer, Cooper, Bryan the back four with Bender in goal. Ballo on the right, Amaku on the left. With Negley in the 10 and Coburn up front would be the way I interpret it. I think it is a fantastic attacking trio. Mazu Sakho with his first start in the league, and he definitely. Tiano Ballo gets his first start also, but Mazu Sakho 100% deserves it. I thought Ballo was good when he came on. I thought uh, trying to see if I can get the chat sorted. No. What the hell? What has gone on there? I don't know why that's on the screen. What is going on? Okay. I genuinely don't know what's going on. I will get it sorted. Give me a moment. There. Okay. Well, I don't know what's happened there, but we fixed it. As you can see, I've gone with the 2-0 win. I have a feeling it will be Amaku and Mazu Sakho with the goals, scoring on his debut. I feel like it might be a corner or set piece situation. The ball falls to him and he'll fire it in. 1 minute memoriam for Matt Beard. Tragically passed away over the course of the weekend. I think it was Saturday. Former Millwall Lionesses manager. Made it all the way to Liverpool in the WSL. And when you think about it, 47 is not an age for anyone. Way too soon. May he rest in peace. There it is. Alright. Watford kicking from left to right. Millwall into the north stand as always from right to left. It will be the Lions to get us kicked off. And for Millwall, you have to. You would think it has to be a win today. We are kicked off. Cooper goes long to the right wing, looking for Coburn. It's headed forward. Kramer comes along, we'll usher it out of play for a throw. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to which Watford player has what and who's who. Long throw up the line to no one. It's headed forward by a Watford player, brought back down. And I think it was Leonard tries to play it further forward. It's blocked. And out of play. Leonard just shielding the ball away from Mendy. Plays it off him and wins another throw in. Leonard with the long throw up the line. Header infield, looking for Ballo. It looks like it'll be Negley. It's Negley on the wing and Ballo in the 10. Long throw over to Brian. Brian goes forward looking for a Maku. And it's intercepted by the Watford player who comes down the right hand side. Look for a ball in behind towards, I think, one of Iran Kunda or Semedo. It was Mendy, F. Mendy. Mendy's on the right hand side, not the left. Referee, Watford with a throwing high up the pitch. Over on the far side. Watford down the left. Overlapping run is made. Leonard plays it off him and out for a goal kick. If I refer to him as Mendy, I'm on about the defender. If I say Nampalys Mendy, then it's the midfielder. Bender with the goal kick. Does go long. Clears the halfway line, but not quite reaching Coburn. It's headed forward by Kipriano. It's headed down. Luongo steps in. Gets a bit lucky with the ricochet. It finds its way back to Kramer. Cooper across to Brian. Ballo goes wide for a pass, but the ball over the top looking for a Marku. And Mendy puts it behind. Foremost. I think it's Foremost. I think his name is. But Mendy puts it out for a first corner of the game. On this near side. Three minutes gone. Cooper and Kramer can get in the box. And Maka with the corner. Corner goes in. It's headed away. Millwall player goes down looking for a foul, but Watford come away with the ball. It's passed wide to their 23. Papi Mendy. Back to the other Mendy, I think it was. I think Watford might be playing a back four. Watford moving forward down the left. Mazusako picks up the ball and Leonard plays it back to Kramer. Takes a touch and goes back to Bender under pressure from Miran Kunda. Takes it away from him before putting it forward to Coburn. Holds it up well. Watford players literally jumped on his back, but Coburn still has it. Tries to play it in behind, but it's not the best of passes for Leonard. Sorry. by Coburn. Let it push the cross into the box. And it's over a Maku's head who come in centrally. There's no one behind him. And Watford's number 3 comes forward to their 23. Can he keep it in? Apparently he has, just about. But it found a Millwall player and Coburn couldn't keep the ball. They went back to 23. There we go. Let me just pull this up so that I can see their team sheet. Or the team sheets for both teams. Ball switched wide to the right. Now Mendy. Foremost Mendy. Up against the Marco. And Marco does go. Gets the sliding challenge in there. And between Brian and Maku, prevent the corner and put it out for the throw. It's thrown back to... Can't see who that is. I think that's a loser. Now... Elaine. Fucking hell. Kevin Keeban. Yeah, it's Foremost and Nampalys. Or Papi Mendy. But Pollock's playing in the back 3 and Mendy is out as a right wing back. Now, Elaine. Ball in field is cut out by Luongo. Ballo can't get on the end of it, and Luongo concedes a free kick. Those are stood over the early free kick. Oops. There we go. Loser puts it into the box. And I don't know who headed it. Someone headed it and it goes through to Bender. And Vivaldo gives away the... Vivaldo Semedo gives away the free kick, impeding Bender's progress. Brian up the line, looking for Coburn. It's headed infield by a Watford player. Don't know what's happened there, but Ballo's come away with the ball. Now Mazusako. Lovely ball into Coburn. Back to Mazusako on the edge. Goes for the fake, the shot, and is brought down for the free kick. Brilliant play from Mazusako. Nampalys Mendy concedes the free kick. And it's in a shooting position. A good 23 yards out. Just a little right of left. He took it beyond the challenge of Mendy and then is brought down. Went to shoot, dragged it inside, and got brought down by Mendy. Good play from Mazusako. Negri and Maku stood over it. This would be perfect for Alfie Doughty. There's a lot of space over the wall if we can get it over and under. If we can get it up and down, it will be Negli or Marku. Referee blows his whistle. Negli! Oh! What a free kick from Kamil Negli! I said there was a lot of space if he could go up and over the wall and get it under the bar, and didn't he just? Hit it with no power, just a lovely little chipped ball over the wall into the top right hand corner. Millwall lead. What a free kick! Just a lovely... To be fair, you got to feel that the keeper should do a little bit better. It's not right in the corner, it's just over him. It's just a little dinked ball. Not a lot of power in it, and it goes over the keeper. You think maybe the keeper should do a little bit better. And Millwall lead. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've led at the Den this season. In the league. And the goalkeeper stayed down in going across to make the save. He has hit the post. And the keeper stayed down. I think he's hit head first, but not entirely sure. I haven't seen it. According to the commentator, he hit his head. But what a free kick from Negley. And 10 minutes gone and we're winning. I'm trying to think, but yeah. It's the first time we've led at home this season in the league. We've only played 2 home games. And we obviously went 1-0 down to Middlesbrough before equalising. No, not equalising. We went 1-0 down to Wrexham before equalising. No. Oh shit, that's the first goal we've scored in the league. At home. Wow. Selvik still feeling his head. Or Sevlik. I think it's Selvik. Yeah, it's Selvik. But look at that free kick again. Bent it around the 4th player into the top corner. And he does hit his shoulder. And it kind of hits his shoulder and his head. So it's like here and here. But Watford get us back underway. There'll be at least 2 minutes added on for that. And Watford now need to find something, but Luongo's picked up in midfield. Coburn now moves it on to Amaku down the left-hand side. Oh, he does win the corner. I thought he just took it past a Watford player and it went out. Trying to hop the challenge, but he does play it off the Watford player and it is a Millwall corner on the left-hand side. In swinger from Amaku. Cooper and Kramer moving into the box. Also got Coburn to aim at. Corner comes in and it's flicked on and it's put over the bar. It's more just hit Cooper than Cooper's done anything to direct it goalwards. It's a good corner again. It's flicked on by a Watford player and yeah, it's come knee height for Cooper. He can only bring his knee up. He can't bring it across. And in order of bringing it up, he's got underneath it. As Watford go forward, it's picked up by Brian. Touched inward by Luongo. Brian forward for Ballo. Just about couldn't get there. Ballo commits a free kick for a late challenge on Alain, sorry. Here is Alain. Referee has stopped play and made Watford take the free kick again, I think. Yeah, Alain will take the free kick and it looks like it's just going to go long this time. Alain goes long over the top looking for Irakunda. Cooper wins his header. Mazusaka with a lovely turn and a lovely little tap pass by Negley, who tries the out-footed pass, outside of the foot pass to Coburn. It doesn't get it off. Irakunda now running at the Lions. Mazusaka forcing him a little bit backwards. It goes across to Mendy. Elaine tried to play it into, I think it was Mendy. I don't know why it has us as a 4-4-1-1 and not a 4-2-3-1, but at least they've changed the formation so you can now see who's who and who's where. Long throw by Joe Bryan. Coburn wins the flick on. It goes over Ballow's head, but it's cleared away. A Watford player goes down holding his head. Referee not interested, and Samaku's played in behind, but the number 4 does well, and now the referee stops it. Mazu Sacco it was. He went up for him. I went up for him with it. It's just a head clash. It's not a foul. But Iran couldn't do down holding his head. It's Keeban played it forward. I have to say, our home kit is really, really growing on me a lot. I can't lie. Iran couldn't have been taken off the pitch for 30 seconds. Referee gives it back to the keeper. Who picks it up and then drops it again. Plays it short and then played to Watford's left-hand side. Ball in field is dispossessed by Mazu Sacco. And it's just behind Negley, I think it was, or Leonard. It was Leonard. Watford go back. Now Kevin. Or Keevan. Elaine. Press is good here from Millwall. Coburn almost gets there. And Pollock goes back. Cross to Keeban. Watford being first for the back. And Keeban just about gets away with it. Cruyff turn in his area. Millwall with the high press. And Elaine gets past the Marku with some good skill through his legs. And the referee gives a free kick against the Marku. Just gave him a little clip as Elaine tried to clip it forward. Ended up preventing him doing so. Elaine going long. Cooper wins his header. Mendy picks it up. 27. Foremost. Elaine 1-2 in loser. Elaine drills one forward. It's touched down by Nampolis and headed away by Bryan. Poor touch from Mendy there. Bryan tries to put the ball in behind, but it hits Elaine. And Elaine manages to deal with it by giving it to Nampolis. Now, Pollock. Now Ballo. Is it Ballo? Or is it Boller? I can't see. Fuck. It was Boller. Ball across to Elaine. Foremost Mendy into loser. Looks for the switch ball to Boller. Cross comes in and it's headed away. Leonard keeps it in but gives it away. On the edge of the box, Cipriano loses shot. Goes over the bar. Not troubling anyone. But it's poor from Millwall. Bender goes long. Coburn touches it down for Negley. Turns. 3 Watford players around him and ends up giving it away rather than touching it back to Luongo. Long ball. Iran Kunda brings down. Iran Kunda up against Kramer. Goes down the outside, then cuts back. Iran Kunda still got it into the box. Lays it off. Shot from Mendy. It's over the bar. I think we're doing really well at keeping them pinned back and forcing them to have shots from outside the box. Brian into Luongo. A little bit over here, but Luongo manages to get it under control and then goes wide to Ballo out on the left. There's a Marku ahead of him. Finds him. Ballo moves for the... Marku tried to go past Mendy, but couldn't get past him. Luongo now putting the Watford man under pressure and concedes the free kick. Napoli. Long ball switch. Brian wins his header up against Foremost. Marku brings it down. Elaine all over him and his passing field. Marku flicked on by Mazusako. Mazusako's been fucking brilliant. Coburn pulled to the floor, but no foul. Ball up the line is miscontrolled by Iran Kunda. And now Negley in field. Goes back to Mazusako. Cooper across to Brian. Ballo, ahead of him. Marku ahead of him. Ballo cuts back to Brian. Looks for the switch place and under hit by Brian. And the clearance is poor. Leonard in the box to Coburn! Get him gone! Get him out! Get him gone! Put one of the under 18s or one of the under 21s in the team. Get him gone! 6 yards out and push it over the bar. He hasn't even hit the target! Fuck off, Coburn! Negley steals in. Mazusako manages to keep possession. Looks to play over him, but it hits Coburn in the head. And Cipriani wins the foul. Ivanovic scores that. Loser. Mendy across to... not Mendy. Keeban across to Elaine. And pass from Elaine out to Mendy. It goes out of play for a Millwall throw on the near side. It's a poor header away from Keeban. It wasn't Keeban. I think it was Boller, sorry. It was Boller with the poor clearance. Tried to head it away. Went straight to Leonard, who put it across the 6-yard box. Here's Negley. Could have gone wide, but goes into Luongo instead. Infield is cut out by Loser. Watford come forward. Iran Kunda on the run. Or is that Vivaldi? Yeah, Vivaldi. Or Vivaldo. And Brian tackles it, and it unfortunately goes out of play for a Watford corner. Honestly, it's so poor from Coburn. Like, you should at least hit the target. He's under a bit of pressure, fair, but I'm sorry. He's got a good connection on it. You don't need power, you just need to redirect it to the near post. Keeper's not getting down that quick from that close. He's 6 yards out. It's a brilliant ball across from Leonard. He has to score. Loser with the corner. It's headed away, and the referee gives a foul against Watford. Foul on Joe Bryan. Or it was a foul on Kramer. It was one of the two. Oh, yeah. Foul on Kramer. Just pulls him to the floor. Coburn had got the header away anyway. Long ball forward by Cooper, looking for Coburn, who doesn't get the right side of his man. And the touch for Luongo goes out of play for a throw. Foremost, that's a foul throw. Elaine into Loser. Switches it wide to Pollock. Watford just passing it around their left-hand side. Losers there. Chip ball wide to the left. Just about kept in, is it? Yeah. Long ball over the top. Kramer will chase up against Iran Kunda. And Kramer will not lose a physical battle to anyone. Less so Iran Kunda. Long ball from Cooper. Header infield by Ballo. Luongo locks it on, but it doesn't find its way anywhere near Coburn. Luongo with the header forward again, and it's a bit of head tennis, but Cooper brings it down. Goes wide to Negley, who comes central, but more on the right-hand side. Leonard ahead of him, but goes inside to Ballo. Gets his touch right. Tried to play behind Coburn. It's good defending from Keeban. He just gets it away, and Kramer shields it out for a throw-in. Good play from Millwall. That killer pass is just not making it through. Mazusako. Now Leonard again. Switches it across to Brian, who's very central on the halfway line. And there's a lot of space to move in down the left-hand side. And Marcus hugging the touchline and finds him. Touches it outside. Goes through his legs. And Foremost gets pulled to the floor. No, the referee lets it go on. Did it go out of play? Yes, it did. And it's a goal kick. I think Amaku thought he fouled him, to be honest, because he looked like he slowed down his run after knocking it past him. Knocked it through his legs and then tried to take it down the outside. He just got a little too much too much on the ball before it's headed away by a Watford player. It was well out of play anyway. Coburn brings it down. Bit of a heavy touch from him, but manages to recover possession and gives it back to Leonard. Now Negley. Negley across to Cooper. Now forward to Brian. A lot of space down the left-hand side. The ball in behind for Ballo. Ballo's into the box, but he just moved too far wide from where the ball went. I don't know if he was nudged a little bit by the Watford defender. Ballo just ran a little bit too wide. Ball went a lot more narrow. Ball forward is picked up by Brian. We've got to make this pressure count, because Watford just can't get out of their half. Luongo now, Amarku. Luongo back to Cooper. Looks to go long, but that gives it short to Luongo, who's ahead of him to his left a little bit. Luongo now Brian. Emaku's got a bit more narrow, and Ballo's gone wide. Cooper almost losing out to Semedo, but lovely knock over to Nego. Equally good touch. Switches it to Brian. It's a lovely ball. Some space forward for Millwall. Here's Emaku. Needs to just get that cross in. Gives it back to Brian. Takes a touch. Puts across into the box. It's a low one. It's deflected and put behind for a corner. It's a brilliant cross. Coburn couldn't get nothing on it. And there wasn't enough behind Coburn. There's a low one. I was just ahead of, I think it was Negley and Leonard at the back post. Yeah, it was Negley and Leonard who were just a bit too far wide. It was a good ball from Brian, but it's a Millwall corner. And then Marco goes over to take it. Got to get the delivery right. Pollock just shoving Luongo away. Corner comes in. Cooper free header. And it's just wide. Good header from Cooper. You'd think if it was on target, the Watford defender would be there. They're number 3, right on the line. Not on, I say that on the line. Elaine wasn't necessarily on the line, but a couple yards in front of it, but would have blocked off the angle anyway. Brian jumps, loses out to the Watford 21. Iran Kunda now. Brian brings him down and will receive a yellow card. Bit late from Brian. Iran Kunda managed to knock it on past him. Iran Kunda just got split second earlier to than Brian. And because Iran Kunda's not really got much in front of him in terms of Millwall players, he is going wide, but he's going away from Kramer and Cooper. And he looked to have been somewhat in behind. It is a yellow card for Brian. Iran Kunda finally gets to his feet. Lusa steps over the free kick. So does Nampalys Mendy, but it is Lusa, and it's a bit of a high foot there for a Watford player, but Millwall did get it clear. It was smashed forward by Keeban. I think it was. It's a header won by a Millwall player. Coburn puts it through the legs of one, but couldn't get past Mendy. It was through the legs of Elaine, but Nampalys Mendy, foremost Mendy, sorry. No, it was Nampalys Mendy. Salvik goes forward to Keeban, forward into Mendy's his touch is heavy, and it's passed forward. Cooper wins. Kramer wins. Mazusako, Coburn, he can't hold the ball up. He can't score. What the fuck is he good for? The only thing he's been good at this season so far is defending. Get him a centre back. Buy a new striker in January. Fuck me. Mendy looking to play it wide to his namesake. Foremost. Back to Elaine. Foremost, Mendy gets a cross in. Deflected by Brian. Elaine touched it. Mendy into Loser. Up against Ballo. Loser forced backwards. Elaine with the control. Goes across to Pollock. Negley charging down, putting him under pressure. Ball in field. Almost cut out by Mazusako, but the touch is heavy and Ballo wins it. Luongo does go back. Didn't have any options forward, so went back to Brian. Cooper into Mazusako, just gives it straight back. The first time from Cooper into Brian, now Luongo. Cooper takes a touch away from Iran Kunda and goes up the line for Ballo. Ballo pushed to the floor. And the referee does give the free kick, finally. Brian goes up the line for a Marku. Looking to send one long, but just switches it across to Leonard. Leonard goes across to Negley as Kramer ahead of him. Negley with the ball in field to Coburn, and clearance is sliced by Keeban. Pollock brings it down, but is under pressure. And Mazusako steps in, forcing Cipriani back. And then receives it back from Pollock. Cipriani now moving forward. Looks to switch it wide to the right, and it swerved a little bit. Went in and out. Loser forward. Iran Kunda under some pressure. Manages to shift it off to Loser as foremost Mendy to his right. Finds him. Down the right hand side, Watford put the cross in, and the header deflects off of 2 Millwall players. And Loser's calling for handball. There's no chance. Clearance is a poor one. Elaine, Loser goes past Negley, switches it wide left to Boller. Boller's cross is poor, and Kramer can clear it with his shin. It's one header won by a Watford player. Now Watford's turn to keep up the pressure. Elaine now foremost Mendy. Mendy with the cross. Header away. Loser brings it down. Fakes to shot. Goes for the shot from 30 yards and Bender parries. Don't think Bender could have held it, to be fair. Brian's clearance is a poor one. The ball forward from a Watford player is equally as poor. Cooper manages to hold the ball and then knocks it forward, looking for a Marku. A Marku up against foremost Mendy, and Mendy does well just to put it out of play for the throw. It doesn't even hit a hand. Yeah, no hands involved at all. Joe Bryan has the throw in. Gives it to Luongo. Luongo goes over Nampalys Mendy. Bryan with the volleyed cross to the back post. It's headed away by a Watford defender. I think it was Bowler. Now played across to Cooper by Leonard. Cooper in field to Mazu Sacco. Back to Luongo. Across to Luongo. Bryan back to Luongo as Negley in the middle. Finds him. Negley doesn't turn. Just gives it to Cooper. No Luongo. Good keep ball from the boys. Bryan with the ball into the channel, looking for Coburn. Coburn's touch. Shrugs off the Watford defender. Coburn's just having his arm pulled the whole time. Amaku now Bryan. Luongo with the first time pass. Goes out of play. Goes on Luongo's left foot. And then this Saturday we got Swansea away at 12:30 kickoff. Back-to-back live games. Header forward. Goes over Coburn's head. Ballo jumps but can't quite get there. And it's dealt with at the second time by Keeban. Foremost goes back to Keeban. Keeban under pressure from Ballo. Puts it long and there's not a Watford player even in the same half as Cooper and Bryan, I don't think. Bryan and Cooper just passing it amongst themselves. Cooper assessing his options and then giving it back to Bryan. Ballo can move down the left-hand side. Got a marker ahead of him, but I think the marker might have just been offside, so he delayed the pass. Hesitated and cut back. Give it back to Bryan, who gives it to the one go now to Cooper. Across to Bryan. Cooper switches it across to Kramer. Looking for the long ball over the top, wide right, and it's... I said it wasn't wide right, it went centrally. Straight into the gloves of Selvik. Now Keeban. Forward into Loser. Keeban. Long ball forward. Looking for Semedo. Cooper wins his header. Luongo will pick up the loose ball. And just plays it back to Bender, who's got a lot of time to assess his options. Just gives it back to Luongo in the middle of the pitch. Now does switch the ball. Finds Negley, I think it is. Yep, Leonard further ahead of him. Negley a bit deeper, receives it again. Now gives it to Luongo. Semedo behind him and not really pressurising him, but he just calmly plays it to Kramer, gives it to Cooper. Now Bryan. Cooper assessing his options. Just gives it to Bryan. Goes up the line. Marku comes short. Gets it in feet. Turns his defender. He's pulled about but gets away from him. Marku running through. Gives it to Ballo wide left. Ballo puts a cross in. It's blocked by Elaine and out for another Millwall corner on the left hand side. Marku with the ball in. Punched away by Selvik. Brian puts Negley put it back in, but it was a poor ball back in, and Iran Kunda's picked it up, and now he can run up against Leonard, and Leonard brought down by Iran Kunda. Leonard just got his body between player and the ball, and Iran Kunda, who's still just running at full speed, just runs into the back of him. Chance for a long diagonal from Joe Bryan. But Luongo for the short option, but Bryan sends Luongo forward, and Marku moving infield, so it will be a long ball then. Bryan with the diag, all the way to the back post, but falls to the one Watford player that was unmarked. Or who wasn't marking anyone, I should say. Negley. Now Bryan receives it, the deepest player. Lets it run across and then goes for the long ball, looking for Amaku, who's behind Mendy. Amaku pulls it down, back to Ballo, pulls it across, and the shot is blocked. Ballo on the edge, chops back outside. Amaku, Luongo on the edge. Should have shot, man! Shoot! Put your fucking foot through the ball! 3 of them! Ballo, Luongo, and fucking Leonard! All 3 of them could have put their foot through the ball. Just hit it. Cooper touches it wide and then goes long, looking for Coburn. Just thrown to the floor again! Fuck me, referee! Every fucking week! Fuck's sake! Just defenders just don't fucking do anything but hold. It's a fucking foul every day of the week. Cooper gives the ball away. Kramer blocks the pass forward, but finds its way to Cipriano. Now Bola. Now Loser. Picks up in a deep position and goes across to a lane. Ball switch wide to foremost Mendy. Pollock keeps it in, goes forward to Bowler. It's tackled out of play by Leonard. Pollock goes back to the keeper. No, sorry, not the keeper. To Elaine. She was a good 10-15 yards deeper than anyone else. A little chip ball over to Mendy. Foremost, that is. The marker in his face. So goes back to Elaine. So ball switched by Keeban to Pollock. Now Bowler. Now Iran Kundo comes short. Can go on a run. Gives it infield. Touches poor. Cooper stepped in. Now Ballo. Goes wide to Amaku. Amaku can run at the Watford defence. It's a 3-on-2 in Watford's favour. Amaku holds it up. Ballo on the overlap. And Amaku does nothing. Just do something with it, man. You just got to do something with it. And Watford's long ball forward is a poor one. But you got to do something with it. Either cut in and shoot or go outside and put a ball across the 6 yards. You got to do something. But he just didn't do nothing. Started jogging, trying to hold the ball up, and then just ran into the Watford defender who stopped running. Cooper, Coburn thrown to the floor yet again. Selvik's clearance is poor. Negley just couldn't keep the ball from Loser. Tried to win it back and does. Ballo can't get past his defender and is crowded out by 3 Watford players. And the long ball forward for Iran Kunda, I think that is. Kramer wins the header. And it finds Leonard. Now Mazusako. Watford's shape is all over the place here. Like, this is bad. Like, this is comfortably the worst team we've come up against so far. Like, not on paper, I mean, like, actively. And Marco down the left. Goes past Mendy. Throws himself to the floors. We have 3 minutes added on. Shit. There we go. Long ball forward by Watford. Leonard wins the header. Now Kramer. Not Kramer. Yeah, it is Kramer. Fucking hell. What's he doing there? Cooper on the edge of his box. Gives it to Brian on the left. And there's a lot of space forward. Gives it to Ballo. Got a Marco wide left. Finds him. Just put the ball in. He does. It's over behind Coburn and it's touched behind by a Watford player. It's Keeban, I think it was. It was Bola. It was Bola. Just chested it behind. Maybe could have chested it. Maybe could have chested it back to Selvik. There's probably the play for Bola. But it's a Millwall corner over on the far side. The marker goes across to take it. Be an outswinger. The last outswinger, Cooper had headed wide. Corner comes in. Cooper manages to get his head on it. Coburn recovers it as it goes wide left. Now Ballo inside for shoved to the floor. He's just been shoved to the floor by Luongo. Luongo was shoved to the floor. Brian throws it short to Ballo, touches it back to Brian. Now Luongo touches it out of his feet, crosses the ball into the box, to the back post. Looking for Coburn. Amaku jumps. The clearance comes off of Amaku, and then it's just thumped out of play by Keeban. 15 seconds left of the half. Now Brian. Brian into the channel, finds Amaku. Steps on the ball a little bit. Gets stuck under there. And Watford can come away with it. And it was a wild swing by Elaine. He just missed the ball completely. I'm not sure if there was any contact by Amaku. That is the half-time whistle. And if it wasn't for a brilliant free kick by Negley, this mouse is pissing me off. But that is half time. Thoughts on the first half? Coburn should never put on a Millwall shirt again. Just going to mute that for now, just so I can get my thoughts and get them across. Coburn should never put on a Millwall shirt again. Mazusako is mustard. Absolutely. By far and away. I think Mazusako is our best midfielder already. He is a Premier League baller. The IQ, the level of knowledge, his passing ability, his awareness, everything. It's fucking brilliant. Negley, fantastic free kick. Benders had fuck all to do, and the one time he had to do something, he did about as expected. so I can't really comment on him. Leonard and Kramer, Cooper and Bryan, not had much to do defensively, but Cooper's had a couple good headers. Kramer, not really had anything to do offensively, to be fair. Leonard and Bryan, when they're in positions and they're playing the ball, brilliant ball from Leonard, poor from Coburn. The finish, it's fucking inexcusable at this point. Like it's a joke. I said it after it was either the Palace game. I think it was the Palace game. After the Palace game, that was it. My hand's done. After today as well, honestly, if I see Coburn in a shirt, I'll give him the second half. Yeah, but if he misses another sitter like that, I'm not watching another Millwall game this season that has him in it. He comes on, I'll turn it off. If I see that he gets subbed off, I'll turn it back on. I'll stop the watch-alongs and I'll stop it completely if he carries on playing for us. Because I'm sorry, there is no excuse. Absolutely no excuse. How you don't even hit the target from 6 yards is beyond me. I just cannot believe we haven't scored there. And it's crazy that in terms of when we're having chances, they're either half chances or the only times we're getting big chances, they are falling to our strikers. Can't put the ball in it. But I promise, Ivanovic, in every single one of Coburn's positions, scores. Ballo looks solid. Definitely should be started every week. I don't know if I like him as a 10. I want to see Negley in the 10, personally. And Ballo playing as a winger over on the right and or on the left. Same with Marku. Marku just hugs that touchline. I think we'd offer ourselves a bit of dynamicism. Whatever, you know what I mean. We offer that extra option down both sides rather than just down the left hand side because we've gone predominantly down the left hand side because Umaku's just constantly hugging the touchline against the back three. They're having to stay narrow because Mendy and Bolo just push forward. But I think I'd like to see Ballo wide, but Ballo's played pretty well. Negley as well, faultless but fantastic fucking free kick. Luongo and Mazusako, I've already touched on Mazusako, but Luongo as well, been solid in midfield. Amaku's been better, just needs to sort out that final ball or that last decision a couple of times. I think he's hesitated. And I don't even know who we have on the. Let me have a look. Let me scroll down here and have a look. What? Let me have a look at who's on the bench. We have Crocombe, Taylor, Brant, Harding. We have Langstaff on the bench. Get Langstaff on now. Get him on. Langstaff. I reckon even Langstaff scores that. Just watching that free kick again. It's a fantastic fucking free kick. But yeah. Well, that'll be it from me. I'll see you. I'll see you lot for the second half. There we go. Watford are going to sub their keeper off, I think. I've got to think that we've got to put one of these chances away. Because, I'm sorry, I know they're not the best. They haven't been the best this season. But Watford will punish you. If they get half a chance. We have to make this count. Yeah. Baxter comes on for Selvik. And of course, it will be Millwall kicking from left to right into the Coldblow Lane end. Watford will get us kicked off for the second half as we await Baxter moving into his goal. Blues are still over the ball, ready to kick off the second half. And it is underway. Baxter with his first touch of the ball goes long. Free header for Kramer as he knocks it forward, looking for Coburn. It's headed forward by a Watford player. It's headed on as a Middle player goes down. I think it was Longo goes down after the header. And we're back into the swing of things. Here's Pollock to take the throw. Does go into loser. Gets it back from him. Ballo wrestling with him and manages to win it back. And then tries to play it through loser's legs to Coburn, but it hits loser and goes out for a throw. Lennon's pass up the line is cut out by Semedo. Pollock goes long. Cooper with the header forward. Touchdown finds its way to Ballo. Ballo wide to Amaku. Now Mazusako gives it to Negley. Goes back to Cooper. Goes across to Brian. Ballo tries to go past Mendy. Doesn't quite get past Foremost. Cooper with a little chipped pass over to Brian. Who touches it backwards and then goes back to Cooper. Does well to retain the ball, Millwall. Coburn. Brian touches it infield, but Loser gives it to Semedo. Touches it down. Loser with the ball in behind for Mendy. Cooper comes across, goes to ground, wins the ball, puts it out, play for a throw. Thrown back to Watford player Mendy. Cipriano. Now Foremost. Back to Elaine. Now Loser. Back to Keevan. Pollock receives the ball from Keevan. Now Bolo tries to go past Leonard, but Leonard wins the ball back. Negley couldn't keep it. It was a poor pass from Leonard to Negley. It was basically chin height, but Mill will have it back. The one go, Negley lets it run, and then the Watford player steals in. Now Bolo flicks it over Leonard and gives it into the channel to Iran Kunda. Watford come away with it though. For Nampalys Mendy's pass finds Cooper, and Bender knocks it forward. Coburn chests it down, and first time spray over in the air by the one go. Flick by Mendy, goes out of play for a throw midway through Watford's half on the far side. Ballo touches it down to Brian, who gets fouled. It's a poor sliding tackle from Cipriano. And it's a good crossing position. Lovely pass from Ballo. Cipriano went to ground. Brian took the touch ahead of him. You think could have been a yellow card. I don't know if it was shown. Nothing said by the commentators or no graphic shown by Sky. So you'd think he didn't. And it's a good crossing position for a Marco. That Watford player is not 10 yards. The referee is making him step back. Marco's cross. That's a bit the first man. Negley brings it down on the edge. Goes out with his right. And just can't keep it down. Watford goal kick. Decent effort on his weaker foot. Could have volleyed it on his left maybe, but brought it onto his right in a more controllable, a little more than what it was. Baxter sends his team forward. Got a lot of Millwall fans in there, to be fair. Probably could have gone tonight. Long ball. Headed forward by Leonard, and now Negley in the channel. Got a lot of space to move down the right-hand side as he moves into it. Leonard now on the overlap. Negley cuts back. Then gives it back to Mazusako. Cromer. Now Cooper. Brian ahead of him. Goes past Iran Kunda into Brian. Dink ball into the channel looking for Coburn, but it's put out of play by Watford player midway through the middle half of the far side again. The one guy moves infield, switches it to Mazusako. He's got a lot of space ahead of him. Goes wide to the right is Leonard. Fakes to go to Mazusako, who made the run into the channel. Mazusako now goes across to Negley. Infield to Ballo. Lovely little flick off to Luongo. Wide to Leonard. And we've managed to keep the ball. Negley. Negley with the little chipped, curled pass over to Brian. Finds a marker in the channel who can't get his touch sorted. And goes out of play for a throw. Wasn't the best of passes by Brian. Watford taking their time over the throw. Rankunda goes short, touches it down, launches one forward, but it finds its way to Kramer under pressure from Semedo, but gives it across to Leonard. Now as Cipriano chasing him down, and ball forward is headed forward by a Watford player. Loser with a 1-2 with Semedo. Loser wide to Irankunda, wide right. Cross into the box. Cooper clears. Header forward by Watford. The touchdown. Ballo gets in there. But Mendy plays it. Nampalys plays it to Foremost. The turn by Elaine. Goes across to Pollock. Pollock does well. Holds back the Millwall player though, not given. Loser on the edge. Shot is blocked by Luongo. Ballo can't get past Nampalys. Goes wide to Foremost. Foremost Mendy. Headed away to the edge. Loser heads it back in. Cooper heads away. Watford putting Mill under some pressure now. Cross comes in. Deep cross. Cipriano's header. Had more height and distance. And Bender can just wait for the ball to come and crush it in his chest. Now throws out to Brian. Marco had made an overlapping run. Maybe could have played that ball over the top, Brian. Goes back to Cooper. Cooper chicks one forward, but poor from Cooper. Not enough on it. And Watford come forward again. Cipriano. Lovely footwork. Plays it wide. Bowler. Pass to Loser on the edge was poor. Coburn cuts out the pass to the keeper. Putting the centre back under pressure. Keeban. Cipriano. Not Cipriano. Pollock, sorry. Loser into Keeban. Now Loser. A lot of space on the right-hand side for Mendy. But doesn't find him. Loser picks it back up again. Luongo does well. Luongo. Now Ballo can bring it away. Turns to Watford player. Shields the ball well and then gives it wide to Negley. So some space ahead of him down the right-hand side. There's a lot of green space. Needs to get the ball in on his right. Cuts on to his left. Inside to Ballo. Into the box. Puts a cross into the box for Coburn. It's headed away by Watford. And they manage to get it clear. Cooper steps in. Heads it on. Luongo flicks it over the Watford player. And Brian can bring it down and does a good touch. Puts the cross in. It was a poor cross. It was blocked into the air. And pushed straight out of play by Nampalys Mendy, I think it was. It was one of the Mendys. Game has some life to it now. Brian gives it to Ballo. Now Brian, back to Ballo. Goes past one, goes past two, goes down the outside to three. Push across in, it's deflected behind for the corner. Good work from Ballo. Corner from the far side, from the left. Referee having a word with Cooper and Nampalys Mendy. Is it Nampalys or is it Foremost? I can't see. It was Foremost. Cooper stood on a keeper, has both Pollock and Mendy on him. Corner comes in. It's punched away by Baxter. Headed on by Loser. Irankunda touches it down, but won back by Kramer. Brian across to Mazusako. Now Marco up against the lane. Puts the cross in low. Cooper couldn't get control of it. Cooper needs to get back now. Watford go forward. Touchdown by Semedo. Tackled by Luongo. Joe Bryan pulled down and somehow Watford have the free kick. Not entirely sure what the free kick was for. Yeah. He pulls Brian to the floor and then trips over Brian after putting him to the floor. Okay. Here's Pollock. Forward for Irankunda, who's running up against Kramer now. Kramer matching him stride for stride. Irankunda just twisting and turning, but not really going anywhere. Switches the ball wide right to Foremost Mendy. Goes back to Elaine. It's passed back to Elaine. It's forced him a lot further back than he'd like. Poor one from Mendy. Loser goes back to Kevin. Cipriani picks it up under pressure from Mazu Sakho. Cipriano's gone down. The referee's told him to get up. The header from Watford is poor. Luongo plays it forward in for Coburn. Coburn with the flick, and Ballo could be in. Ballo in behind. Just couldn't get away from them. Just couldn't get away from them. It's played forward by Watford. Irankunda with the header. Cromer steps in. Leonard keeps it in. Long ball into the channel. No, it doesn't. It goes out of play. Lovely flick by Coburn. Ballo just didn't have the pace to get away from him. I don't know if he was being held. But between Keben and Pollock, they managed to get back and get goal side. It's power play by Joe Bryan, middle of our half on the far side. Nampalys Mendy throws it back to Elaine, who just gives it back to him. Cipriani with the first time pass in the channel to Semedo. Elaine gives it across to Cipriano. Now Irankunda. No, sorry, Semedo, sorry. Now Mendy. Foremost Mendy with the cross into the box. It's a poor one and straight to the arms of Bender. Ball played forward. Ballo on a turn. Just couldn't give it to a Marku. Marku would have been in behind. Irankunda up against Kramer, and it's blocked by Kramer behind for a Watford corner. Long cross into the box, and the referee gives a foul on Leonard by Elaine. Looking at it here. Yeah, Elaine just blocks him off, gets his arms around him, kind of like just does that to him. Watford looking to ready another change. It's Kayembe, I think it is. Bender goes long, it's over Coburn. The header is poor. Leonard heads it forward, it's just over Coburn. And Keben just puts it out of play for a Millwall throw on the far side. Kayembe will come on for Nampalys Mendy. So now Nampalys Mendy goes off, which is nice because now I ain't got to differentiate between the two of them. Bryan throws it short to Ballo, who's touched back to Bryan was poor. The one guy with the head flick on just forces Watford back a little bit. Here's Kayembe under pressure from Negley. Negley's done well, forces him back to Baxter. Baxter goes long, looking into the channel for Mendy. Bryan jumps with him, and it's Watford throw. Referee deems the linesman, one of the two. The officials have deemed it came off of Bryan. Ball forward is blocked by Marku, out for a Watford throw. Non-ball forward is a hopeful one for Semedo to chase, but Kramer just gives it back to Bender. Bender goes long. Watford player heads it, but goes backwards. It's more of a flick than solid contact. Here's Mendy. Infield. Kayembe. Bowler. Blocked by Kramer. And out for a throw. Loser. Matsusako pulls back Kayembe a little bit, but Watford carry on, and the passing field from Loser's poor. Poor touch from Ballo there. Poor from Ballo. Watford come forward again. Kayembe. Now Cipriano. Wide to Mendy. Irankunda for support. Cipriano. Cross into the box. Cut out. Oh. Between Kramer and Cooper, they managed to get it away. Between Cooper and Kramer and Negley. It's Negley with the clearance, but between Cooper cut out the cross and Kramer poked it to Negley. No, Kramer cut out the cross and Cooper poked it to Negley, but he got Watford again. Cross low. Lovely defending from Millwall centre-back. Tristan Kramer. Ball. Now Kayembe. Loser with the ball into the channel. Finds Bowler. Loser. Pollock. Watford probing down the left-hand side. Kayembe into Loser. Loser across to Keben. Manages to just evade the lunge from Ballo. Give it to Cipriano. Now Kayembe. Watford not really doing much. Passing it from side to side, but not really moving forward with it. Pollock with the ball into the box. It was missed by Brian and goes all the way through to Mendy. Cipriano. Kayembe. Millwall having to do a lot of defending, have to be resilient. Keben. Wide to Bowler. Manages to bring it down. Push the ball into the box. Brian heads away to the edge. Loser touches it. Good defending from Coburn. Matsusako with the tackle and Leonard picks it up. And Leonard puts it out of play for a throw on the halfway line on the near side. Referee's talking to one of the stewards as Smallbone's getting ready to come on. Don't know what's happened there. Apparently there's an incident on the far side. And Maku comes off for Smallbone. So Smallbone will move into the middle and Palo will be moved out wide. And I'm guessing it will be as an attacking midfielder. First time I've seen him with hair, and I've got to say, to be fair, it does suit him. Good pressure from Coburn, but can't win the ball back. Baxter goes forward into Mendy. You can bring it down up against Luongo now. Kayembe, I think that is. Yeah, it is. Smallbone almost gets there ahead of him. Same shirt number, the pair of them, Kayembe and Smallbone. But here comes Caben. Bowler. Kramer manages to launch it forward. Looking for Coburn. He's having his arm held. Loser. Now Keben. Now Pollock. Pollock up the line. Played in field. Under pressure from Smallbone is Loser. Manages to do well, but pass forward. And there's a foul against Smallbone somewhere. And the referee's making him go back. So it must have been an earlier pull. And there was no advantage for. Fair enough. Watford getting into this game now, and we're just kind of hanging in there a little bit more than managing to do anything with it. And Iran Kunda's managed to get past 4 Millwall players. Kayembe. Bowler with the cross. It's over Iran Kunda. Brian heads away to the edge of the box where Loser is. It's hit the referee, but the referee can allow play to go on because it went straight to Pollock, who was the intended target anyway. And Leonard blocks Boller's attempt forward. Pollock now Loser. Loser forced back by Smallbone. Smallbone needs to let go of him. Smallbone brings him down. This is not good. This is poor. Watford fans in fine voice. So turning up the pressure. Ball switch wide to Mendy. Inside. Closed down by 2 Millwall players. Brian and Luongo. Brian finds Ballo. Luongo now gives it to Brian. Luongo goes, tries to go up the line and just off balance and spins off him because out of play. Curves guard. Karen guard. Looking to ready a striker. Watford. Kevin does well to get past Coburn. Ball in field. Finds Iran Kunda. Oh, Semedo, sorry. Now Bowler. Now Semedo. Gives it back to Bowler. Up against Mazusako. Gives it back to Pollock. Kevin. Cipriani gives it to Mendy. Gets it back from Mendy. And then gives it to Elaine. Lets it run for Loser. Loser with the switch to Mendy. Mendy manages to keep it in through Brian's legs, but the pass goes to no one. No one can give it to Ballo. Up against Kayembe. Ballo launches one towards Coburn. But Kevin could hold it up. This is not good for Millwall. We need to drag our team up the pitch, not give the ball away. Iran Kunda is offside. Triple change for Watford then. Last 3 changes they can possibly make. 16. Bowler. Bowler, Mendy. Wiley comes on for Bowler. Mendy comes off for Quadwo Bar. And Semedo comes off for Kieran Guard. But once again, we get to the 71st minute and we haven't made a fucking change except for a Marku for Smallbone. When we've still got our fucking lamppost up front. And we've still got Brian and Leonard as our fullbacks. Long ball forward. It's headed by a Watford player and then brought down. It's headed back by Wiley. Pollock forward. Won by Kramer. Mazusako gives it to Negley, then chips it over to Coburn in the channel. Manages to get past Keeban. Coburn's ball in, just evades Smallbone, goes straight into the goalkeeper's arms. Ew. Where? Ew. Still got 20 minutes. And it just looks like we're just going to sit back for the whole game. I know we need a win and you want to protect the win and protect the lead. But fuck me, do we need another goal? Because they're going to score if this carries on. Watford not really doing much coming forward. Wiley back to Pollock. Smallbone forces Pollock back to Kevin. Kevin gives it back to Pollock. Don't think Pollock was ready for it. Pollock gives it back to Kevin. Back to Baxter and goes across to Elaine. Elaine long ball forward. Headed by Brian. 2 Millwall players getting each other's way. Luongo and Ballo, but Luongo manages to get it. And now Negley. Come on. Negley, lovely passing by. Disguised pass. Luongo. Smallbone. Now Luongo. Wide to Brian. Ball into the channel. Smallbone touches it back to Brian, whose touch is too heavy. Lovely flick by Smallbone. Cuba gets a shove in the back. You can't dwell on the ball for too long. Negley. Cromwell goes back to Bender. First time, launches it forward. Coleman up against Kevin. And again, Kevin's got his arms all over him. Oh, Negley just about can't get there. Watford triangle. Full play forward for loser. Negley steps in and we can turn this into a counter 4v4, but Negley's touch is too heavy! Get Jack Howland on for Negley. Something. Change it, man! Fuck's sake! Smallbone's won it high though. Pulls it across the Ballo! First time shot! Why would you not take a touch? He's got so much fucking space! No one had pressured him! He could have took a touch with the underside of his boot, rolled it forward a little bit and wrapped into the far corner. Middle of the pitch, edge of the D, so much space. No one within 5 yards of him and he hits it first time. Just take a fucking touch. Loose pass by Wiley. Smallbone picks up again, Negley passing behind. Coburn has to be stronger and quicker. Langstaff gets on the end of that! Take him off! If you want Coburn on the pitch so bad, play him a fucking centre-back! Lawford with the switch past. Touchdown by Wiley. Wiley pulls it across, but no one was there. Kramer takes the touch and clears. Pollock can bring it down. Under no real pressure. Leaves it for Loser. Now Wiley. Loser flicks it to Pollock, who switches it across. And Coburn looks tired. Get Langstaff on. Langstaff is a pressing forward. Coburn is not. And Barr just loses out. Just forgot the ball more. Ballo turns. Ballo goes down. No foul. Smallbone wins it back though. Ballo, Smallbone, Brian, Luongo, Smallbone. Lovely passage of play, but Smallbone gives it away. Now Loser. Watford come forward. Couple of touches from Millwall players and it's back to Loser. Touch inside by Irankunda. Kayembe. Wiley. Back to Kayembe. Cross into the box to the back post. And Brian flicks it on. And can he keep it in? No, just about couldn't get it in. We've made some subs! Langstaff's coming on! Caleb Taylor comes on for Ballo, which tells you everything you need to know. Joe Bryan for Sturge. So what, a 5-2-2-1 with Langstaff up front, Negley and Smallbone playing just in behind. Or it's a 3-5-1-1 with Negley playing in the cam. Zach Sturge comes on. Three-5-2. Negley's coming off. So he's left Coburn on. He's left Coburn on. But at least we've got Langstaff on, which is nice. Coburn wins a header. Langstaff's not winning any kind of headers, and the header forward from a Watford player goes out for a goal kick. Bender with the goal kick. Obviously goes long. Mazusako just over him, and it's launched forward by Kramer. Header forward. Leonard plays it forward, and then it's smashed clear. Honestly, get Boisardin on, I think. Just to get some fresh legs on in defence. Well, I know Leonard is Leonard, and he's got fresh legs even after running a marathon. But fuck me. Watford coming down the right hand side. It's a heavy touch by Elaine. And the Wongo does well. See, Langstaff's got their legs up front. Coburn doesn't. Mazusako comes across to deal with Pollock. But I don't mind it. I just don't want Sturge. See, look, Sturge is getting sucked in at the back, playing him onside. And Leonard just smashes it clear towards Langstaff. Good strength from Langstaff, but couldn't get it under control. Turned by a Watford player. Cipriano now. Wiley back to Kayembe. Iran Kunda. Fakes to shoot from 30 yards. Goes to 25. Straight at Bender. And then it was Wiley on the follow-up. And Iran Kunda with a shot from distance. Bender did well, but parried it. I'll see from this angle if it was moving in the air. It does look like it was moving a little bit. And then Wiley. Yeah, that's moving a lot in the air. Bender parries it into the floor, bounces up, and Wiley can only get underneath it and put it over the bar. Bender with a long goal kick. Coburn thrown to the floor once more. Long ball in behind, looking for Langstaff. Langstaff's in behind! Referee! Are you fucking mental? Fuck you, you cunt! Fuck off, man! Langstaff's one-on-one with the keeper, and he's thrown to the floor! He's brought down! He's fucking brought down by Kevin! Again! Same fucking shit the whole game! Oh my fucking god, man! That's on the fucking lino! It's a fucking flag, you mug! How is that not a foul? How is that not a foul? Fuck off, man! Fuck off! Fuck off, man! That's not going out of play. Kramer being pulled about, ref. Lovely touch from Langstaff here. And he's not played the ball. He's just gone through the back of him. He shoves him. Yeah, he's grabbing him and then shoves him. It's a fucking pen! Every fucking day of the week! The linesman should see that! I understand, yeah? From the referee's position, fair enough, but the linesman has a clear fucking view of it! Langstaff putting Baxter under pressure, Baxter forced to go long. Taylor wins the header. Let's go straight from Luongo, who gets pulled to the floor! Again! The whole fucking game, every time! Leonard chests it down. Now Mazusako couldn't find the pass loser. Kramer holds it, picks it up, shields it away from loser and does well. Kramer down the right hand side. Into Smallbone, now into Langstaff in the channel. And Keeban goes to the ground and pushes out a play for a throw. Leonard winding up a long throw. Let's hope he can at least beat the first man. Let's just hope and pray that it makes its way to Cooper or Coburn. Cooper's being marked by Kayembe. Leonard with Kramer shoved to the floor. Nothing given. It was Cooper, I think it was. I can't see. I think it was Cooper. And Millwall win another long throw. Again, Cooper moving forward. Kayembe just pulls him down and then shoves him to the floor. How can players be allowed to do this? How can players be allowed to hold? Long throw. Goes all the way through. Oh. Luongo brings him down. The Watford fans are surrounding. Watford players are surrounding the referee. I'm not entirely sure why. I think they might be asking for it, like why it wasn't a yellow card. I don't think it was a yellow card. It was a late challenge from Luongo, but Millwall had possession. It wasn't stopping a promising attack. There was hardly any contact. There definitely was, but it wasn't a lot. Enough to send him to the floor. Enough to be a foul, but it's not a yellow. But Watford come down the right-hand side. Corner comes in. Cooper clears. Header by Coburn. Doesn't find a Millwall shirt. And Watford managed to keep the ball and poke it back. Baxter gives it to Loser. Now Pollock. Loser's ball forward, cut out by Kramer. Touchdown by Watford players poor. Equally poor is Langstaff's slide. Didn't need to slide, could have just got his body between the ball. Watford down the right hand side. It's quite a bar up against Sturge. Sturge does well and it comes back off a bar and it's a goal kick. Good decision. Rocco Vata coming on as Watford make their 6th and final change. And Cipriano comes off. Rafinha 5th is outrageous. Yeah, definitely should have been top 3. My top 3 was Rafinha, Yamal, Yamal, Rafinha, and Dembele. Dembele should win it, by the way. If he doesn't win it, it's bullshit. Bender goes long. Coburn wins the header, flicks it up more than forward. And apparently an offside flag against Langstaff, who didn't interfere with play, didn't move towards the ball. Because it was, pretty sure, it was Smallbone that jumped. Smallbone or Leonard. Ball into the channel, finds Vata. Kramer does well. Kramer does really well. But Vata wins it back. Kayembe. Leonard. Poor from Leonard. It goes out for play for a corner. Salah does deserve more credit, but Yamal's done fuck all, mate. Yamal's got like 12 goal contributions this year. Or last year, I should say. He's got like 9 goals, or like 16. He got like 9 goals, 6 assists, or 7 assists, something like that. Corner goes in. Header down. Oh! What a save by Bender! And somehow Watford haven't scored. Fucking poor defending. It's flicked on. I think it was Kieran Garden. Cross goes back in. It's poor. And it's cleared at the far post. Iran Kunda picks up. Goes across to Elaine. Cross comes in and Bender goes to the ground. He needs to fuck that ball off now. Bender needs to fuck it off now. Leonard. Moving to the channel. Plays it infield. Smallbone. Crosses in. And it's out of play for a corner, is it? No, he kept it in. And it's a strong tackle from Leonard and it goes out of play for a throw. Leonard holding his calf and goes down. Loser now getting in Leonard's face. That should be a yellow card for Loser. Leonard's trying to go down because he can feel his calf or his hamstring. And then Loser gets in his face. We have... That's my goat. Dembele is my goat. Let's go. It's 4 minutes added on. Leonard's limping a little bit. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look, we've made 4 subs. Get what's added on! Baxter getting ready to go long. No, he goes short to Kevin. Now Loser. Loser now Kevin. Langstaff chasing. Oh no, that's not Langstaff. That's fucking Smallbone chasing. Langstaff triggering the press on Pollock as he receives it. Gives it straight back to Kevin. Kevin now Loser. Up against Smallbone. Long ball forward by Loser. Headed away. Needs to deal with the second ball sturge. He does. Coburn touches it off to Luongo. And Luongo just fucks it off the pitch for a Watford throw-in. And Wes Harding's coming on. For Ryan Leonard. I told you, man. That's the sub you got to make. Could have been made 2 minutes earlier, but it's what it is. 2 minutes to hold on. For our first home win of the season. We've scored our first home goal of the season in the league. And we're about to get our first home win in the season in the league. Watford throw it up the line. Header won by Sturge. Played forward and Mazusako goes down. Ball played forward. It's touched down by Luongo into the channel. Tried to play it into Sturge, did Smallbone, but Couldn't get it. Here come Watford. No, Mazusako's up already. Oh, you think Leonard? Langstaff picks it up after... But he's got to release it, Langstaff. Good challenge from Mazusako. And Coburn fouled. Smallbone fouled, sorry. Smallbone wins the foul. Kayembe rushing to put the ball down on the spot. Kramer leaves it for Bender. Iran Kunda's not 10 yards. Kramer goes long. Coburn just being held completely, but Smallbone Sturge in the box. I couldn't get on it. Back to Langstaff on the edge. Sturge again. And Sturge just goes to the corner. I mean, Quentin Bar's just absolutely funded it into him. It's come back off Bar and out for another corner. And that should be it. Coburn can't even shield the fucking ball, the cunt. Langstaff. Give it Mazusako. He does. Takes a touch. Goes for the shot, but he slips as he shoots. And that should be it. And that is it. Millwall 1, Watford 0. And that is it. And if it wasn't for... There we go. And that is full time. Yeah, it was. I don't understand. I said the keeper should do better. If it wasn't for a bit of class. A bit of class from Negley. It's a 0-0 draw. So, full time from the den via my front room. Millwall 1, Watford 0, as you can see under there. Not the best of performances. We really, really, really need to consider what the fuck Coburn is. Honestly. He cannot carry on the way he has been. Another sitter missed. It's just not good enough. Amaku was decent. Couple of times he just needs to sort out his final decision. Mazusako, absolutely worth every fucking penny and more. Mazusaku should be starting every fucking week. A fantastic performance from him again. Luongo as well. Faultless in midfield. Ballo was good, as was Negley. I'd like to see Ballo on the wing and Negley in the 10 instead. But I thought Negley was very good. Took his free kick brilliantly. Fantastic free kick. And Tiano Ballo as well, with a solid game. Joe Bryan and Leonard, two fullbacks, done their fucking jobs. Got forward when they could. Brilliant balls at times that what's it called? Kramer and Cooper. Again, everything that came their way, they just fucked it off. Bender made a really good save at the end, though Watford really should have scored. Yeah, definitely was a Rowett type performance, to be honest. Definitely was. And if I quickly, hang on, give me 2 seconds. Um, Bin that off. Here we go. As we come here, no, wrong one. What the fuck? Why is this not working? There we go. Stop it. What I want is the table. This is what I want. So that win puts us 10th. Level on points with 6th. Swansea we go to next. I just want to mention something. That one Charlton fan on Twitter that said mind the gap before we'd even played. What a fucking knobhead he is now. To be honest, I think everyone done their job, to be honest. I think we made it difficult for ourselves by hoofing the ball and then not getting out to it, then press it for it to then come back to us, which apply the pressure. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, too many times we were just hoofing it rather than trying to do anything with the ball. And then we had no outlets. When you don't make subs and you have tired legs and Coburn is your out ball, then you do kind of have a problem. Hang on, let me just... There we go. That's better. But I think we actually done well, all things considered. It's normally a banana skin of a game, Luke, when you play against someone like a Watford. Someone that's going to be in and around the bottom three, you'd think, this season. Always going to be one of them difficult kind of games. Normally, like I said, a banana skin, a game that we normally slip up or choke on. But we need a new striker, 1,000,000%. I think if Leonard is injured, and it wasn't just a precautionary sub and he wasn't feigning injury because it was late in the game, just to try and break up the game. If he is injured, then we are probably going to need a new right back. But I think as long as he can stay fit, we're fine. Which is why I said we needed to sign a fucking right back in the fucking first place. Because asking a Millwall player to be fit for a season, when so far we've had 16 or 15 players out injured at some point this season, and we're only 6 games in, 9 if you count the cup games. Look at the stats. Again, negative free kick was the first thing that happened. And again, it was more of a nothing game, to be honest. Watford had their one chance. We had, I don't know why it wasn't a big chance, considering maybe Watford isn't, but this shot here from Coburn, or this one here from Coburn, inexcusable. to put it on play from 6-7 yards as the ball's coming across you this way. It's coming here and you're meeting it. Just a little flick. You ain't even got to get height on it. Just redirect it into the corner, near post. If that's on target, he scores. As long as it's not straight at the keeper. If it's anywhere away from the keeper, he scores. Benji, I'll get onto that in a moment. But then, when was it? Was it this one? This one? No. I don't think they counted it as a shot. To be honest, I think it was difficult. I don't. I'm sorry. Langstaff and Ivanovic both at least put it on target. I think had it have been Negley or Ballo or Brian or Doughty, any kind of left footer that rarely uses their right foot, then you could give him the benefit of the doubt. But when your job is to score goals and you are right-footed, you have to be scoring that. Especially if you're playing league football. I think if you're in League Two, if Michael Cheek did that, Bromley fans would say he should have scored. He's a right-footed striker. His job is to score goals. And that was a perfect pass into him. And he fucked it. In my opinion, bring one of the fucking under-21s or under the 18, or one of the under-18s in. To be fair, I didn't know Langstaff was back from injury. I thought he was still out. But we have to start Langstaff. You cannot start Coburn. After the Palace game, I had washed my hands with him. I was done with him. But after that tonight as well, it's done. I'm seriously considering not watching another game that he plays in. If he gets subbed on, I'll turn it off. If he starts the game, I'll wait until we've announced on our Twitter that he's been subbed off, and then I'll put it back on. And I'll stop all the fucking watch-alongs altogether. Because it's coming to a point now where you could stick anyone from the fucking stands in that position. And they'll probably do a better fucking job. So many times today, yes, he's being pulled about and stuff, but he's not holding the ball up properly. He's not passing the ball well. He's not shooting well. All he's doing at the moment, well, is winning headers in his own box. That's it. He's defensively, he's not put a foot wrong. But for some reason, when it gets in front of goal, like, he's like the reverse Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire can't fucking defend, but get in front of goal and he's prime fucking R9. Coburn's like the flip side of that. And then Watford have nothing, really. A lot of blocked shots and shots from distance. I thought we were really, really good in keeping them out and making sure that all their shots were from here. They had one shot here from Cipriano, or a header that went up rather than on target, but it went up in the air and Bender just caught it. This was a header that was blocked. It's a contested header. Here, Wiley, it was a good shot from distance. It was it this one from Irankunda? Yeah, this one from Irankunda. Wiley on the follow-up. He's a left-foot player. The ball's like up here, like chest high. Difficult one for him to get his foot over. So understandable. Elaine's header. Again, not really troubling anyone. Oh yeah, this is Kieran-Gard's shot from here. That's a fucking good save from Bender. That is a fantastic save from Bender. Like, although, yeah, he's moving across and it's almost at him, to leave his leg there after, I'm pretty sure, the header was deflected. No, the header was at the near post. It was a flick header. It wasn't like a shot. It wasn't on target. It was flicked. And then Kieran-Gard's shot is, I think it's deflected off Cooper, going far post, and it's going near post. That's why Bender goes down to it. And then he manages to keep his leg there and save it. But from a 0.27 XG, Apparently this header from this shot from Cooper. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I actually don't remember that. I can't lie. But yeah, other than Negley's goal, which had an XG of 0.23 or XG on target of it 0.23. But enough about that because we're going to move on. I am sick to fucking death of the officiating in this league. There has been times this season where referees have got it spot on, but fans that aren't happy or don't know fuck all are pissed off about it, so they'll go on Twitter or something and rant about the officials. And I laugh at them. I watched a game, I watched the moment that happens, and I'm like, yeah, to be fair, referee's got it spot on. But I'm sorry, how many fucking times in that game, and every fucking game, Amaku was just fucking DDT'd the whole fucking time. Every fucking time. But all of that can be excused if you think he's holding him as well. But over here, I'm going to show you on this map because you can see. Ball's played over Pollock's head. Keeban's here, behind Pollock. Langstaff's here. Touches it that. Oh, Langstaff's here. Pollock's here. Keeban's here. Langstaff's here. He's onside. He makes a move. Ball's played over Pollock. Langstaff moves from behind the defender. Brings it down lovely. Goes into the box. He's one-on-one with the keeper here. And Keeban goes through the back of him. Holds him back. Tries to get his arm around him. Notices that he can't get his arm around him. Goes behind him and therefore puts his arms on him and goes through him. Even the Sky Sports commentators both said they're perplexed at how it wasn't a pen. Also, for those of you that don't know, they've made 6 subs because this Baxter one was a sub made at half-time due to concussion. But how the fuck was that not given as a pen? And you can excuse the referee from not being 100% because of his positioning. And I said it at the time. His positioning may not have seen the point of contact. But with the referee's positioning and with the point of contact, the lino is right fucking there. He's watching it. You see in the reverse angle behind the challenge as you have Langstaff here and the player here. You've got the linesman has the best angle of it across, and you can fucking see him. You can see where that fucking linesman's looking, and there is a direct. You can see through the challenge, under his arms, through to the linesman's eyes. It's that fucking obvious. The linesman can see it. How the fuck between the ref and the lino they haven't given that is beyond me. A lot of our fans will say, oh, it should have been a penalty for some pushing and shoving in the box and some holding. But genuinely, as a referee myself, how in the fuck has that not been given between both the referee and the linesman? Clear as fucking day. He's tried to get round him, Kevin. He hasn't been able to. Langstaff has stayed ball side, and Kevin just goes through the back of him. Honestly, a fucking joke. But the one thing I want to address, and they probably won't see this, but this is directly aimed to you, IFAB. Change the fucking laws around holding and grappling, because I've had enough. Because whenever Ivanovic or Coburn are in the same country as the fucking football, any centre-back and every centre-back in the league decides to play fucking WWE with him. It gets on my nerves to the point where they're very clearly not playing the football. They have no intention to play the football. They're just stopping Coburn and Ivanovic from being able to move. Which, in my opinion, should be obstruction at the very, 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 very least every fucking day of the week. They've clamped down on holding and pushing from set pieces in the box. At least in the Premier League. They need to do it all over the fucking pitch. Because it's getting beyond a joke where tall strikers can't do anything anymore. You just can't. You can't move. You can't jump. You can't win headers. You can't control the ball and bring it down because you're then pulled to the floor. You can't do anything as a tall striker. Which is why I feel for players like Coburn and Ivanovic. Yeah, Coburn can't fucking finish, but he can't even link up the play because he's being pulled to the floor every 5 minutes. That needs to be stopped. They need to clamp down on it. Because too many times, look, I'm not just saying it was Kevin, Elaine and Pollock, because Cooper and Kramer do it and all. They do it on corners. They need to clamp down on holding all over the pitch. You can be physical. You can have hands on players. You can give them little nudges. But when your arms are around them or you're holding them, it has to be a foul. You can have hands on players, but the moment that your hand closes, that's when it becomes a foul. It's simple. It's black and white. It doesn't bring the game of football into disrepute. It doesn't prevent the flow of the game. And it helps the spirit of the game, which is what they're trying to do with all the corners and set pieces in general in the box. It baffles me how that they're addressing the stuff that happens in the box, but not as soon as it leaves it. Because, to be fair, I know why they don't. Because if they did, we would win the fucking league with 120 fucking points from penalties every fucking week. Just from set pieces alone with Cooper in the box. But for some reason, although yes, they do it in the Prem and there's no VAR in the Championship, it's not being clamped down on the Championship. But, moving on to the players that came on, Caleb Taylor didn't do fuck all, came on the pitch to just win headers. He did. Same with Zach Sturge. Langstaff was brought on to just chase the ball and be an outlet for us because Coburn cannot run to save his life. Wes Harding was brought in the 92nd minute. And when I say 92nd, I mean it was like 91:59 that he hit the pitch. Smallbone, when he came on, looked absolutely fantastic, to be fair. I thought he was brilliant when he came on. Running about, chasing everything, throwing himself about into challenges, doing everything he could. He looked like he wanted to play. He looked like he was, like, I'm not saying no one wanted to play, or he looked like no one was, anyone, I'm not trying to suggest anyone was half-arsing it at all. But he looked like he wanted to do everything he possibly could to protect this win. So, I think he was good. Very, very good. And I'm happy. I'd be happy to see more of him. It's just a shame that we have Luongo and Mazusako. Mazusako shouldn't be dropped for the rest of the season. Personally speaking, I think Denor or Luongo should rotate maybe a little bit when he comes back, and Mazusako should be playing every week. It's a shame on Billy Mitchell because I feel like he's been one of our best midfielders this season also. But that will be a good headache for Alex Neil to have. In my opinion, I think our best defensive midfielder pairing is Mazusako and Denor. I know Luongo has the experience, but in my opinion, Denor has that little bit more quality, or they're about the same. I would not be happy. I would not turn my nose up at the starting holding mids being those for the rest of the season. However, I do think Denor is slightly better, but I'm not the manager. Ballo, Negley, and Amaku should be our attacking trio. Like I said earlier on, I'd like Negley to be the 10, not the winger. Because if we can get Amaku hugging the touchline and Ballo hugging the touchline, then that gives us two areas we can attack from, and then whichever side we decide to go down, they can come in field into the middle here, and then we can play. Ballo can, if he's playing left, if Ballo's playing right wing and Amaku's playing left wing, if we go down the left and Amaku's on the touchline, we can have Ballo in here, and Negley can then be the link between them, moving in onwards, making the like negling the 10, making the overlapping runs or underlapping runs for Amaku. Same vice versa. Ballo out here, Negli gives it into him, can make the underlapping or overlapping runs for Ballo. But I thought Ballo was decent. Kramer and Cooper didn't have much to do, but when they had to do something, they did it fucking well. And ultimately, we've kept a clean sheet. Same with Bender. Didn't have a lot to do today, but everything that he did do, he did his job well and made some good saves. Talking on Watford, they were a lot better in the second half, but not on paper, not necessarily on paper. I still think that is Charlton, but definitely in terms of how they played, that is the worst performance, especially specifically the first half. Second half they was a lot better, but I feel like we just let them come at us. The first half, that is the worst performance I've seen from a team that we've played against so far this season, and we lost 3-0 to Borough and 2-0 to Wrexham. That is the worst performance I've seen this season, and is why I think Watford will be down there, and ultimately, possibly, I do think that I think, for me, it's between them or Charlton, but I do think they go down. Elaine, I don't know why he got an 8.4. I don't know what he really did other than win a few headers and managed to keep the ball a lot. Made a couple good tackles, but when I say a couple, I mean 2. The other 3 were just like actual tackles where he just stuck a leg out and we got a bit unlucky. I think he was definitely one of, if not their best player, to be fair, today. So I think that rating is good. Do I think it should have been 8.4? No. In terms of my man of the match, I think it should go to Kramer. I think not just because he's 8.1 rated. I think everything that they did, whenever he was involved, they lost every time. He was solid. So for me, my man of the match today. Loser was just trying to be that like DM cam mix, trying to involve himself as much as possible. Iran Kunda, what a fucking talent. The only thing, the only player who looked like they could, like the only player that caused us problems today. Not even close. At times would drag his team up the pitch, but I won't talk more on Watford. But that leaves them one position, one place, level on points, but only by goal difference outside the relegation zone. And it leaves us in 10th, level on points with 6th, and a win could put us, as long as results went our way, a win puts us as good as 2nd. Very, very tight from 10th upwards. And to that one Charlton fan that said, mind the gap, you are a fucking bell end, mate. In fact, I do want to get on Twitter because Ousmane Dembele won the Ballon d'Or. Let's go. Mid-table League One clash. He's not wrong, to be fair. See, this is a good point as well. This is a good point to follow. Like, scrap that. Like, let's be real. Like, we're not going to win. But 10 points with half a squad, and we normally start a lot slower. We normally click in around December. Yeah. 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 Same. Big fan of small bone. Yeah. Yeah. See? Out of position attacking mid, playing as a winger. Horrific lazy journalism. There we go. This knobhead. For some reason, like, fuck knows why you would tweet that, especially when we've got a game to play, knowing that you'll just get fucking clowned back. Knobhead. And Venom rightly giving it back. See the replies. Again, 100% spot on. To be fair, oh shit, didn't mean to do that. To be fair, they're not wrong. Why? I don't know. But yeah, there's a free kick for you. For those that didn't get to see it, let's just bring that back. Brilliant free kick, that, honestly. And pretty sure to be fair, he's not fucking wrong. But pretty sure I think that's going to be it. Apparently, he hurt his shoulder in a collision before our time at Palace. And I think an injured Ivanovic would probably be better than a fully fit Coburn, to be honest. And yeah, spot on. Second goal kills it off. But we just couldn't find it for some reason. I don't know why. I do know why. We've got a fucking donkey up front. But yeah, that's enough from me. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. I'll join. I'll be back for the Swansea game on Saturday. And hopefully this is the start of us taking some form at home. And yeah, I'll see you on Saturday.